Welcome to Panaloids. I did not write anything for this intro because I do that. I'm Pierre. I'm your Panaloids expert comic book analyst. We got Jeremiah, who's just an incredible phenom of a human mind. And we've got Kyle, who does everything under the sun humanly possible to keep this going. That's us. That's the crew. Woo! We're -1 tonight. No Dimitri. So I think his AI program was hacked and we're not able to use him tonight, unfortunately. So with that being said, we are on with the nerdy news. Deadpool Gotham star Morena Baccarin joins the live-action Masters of the Universe reboot from Amazon. I'm not into Masters of the Universe myself, but I do want to see the tiger in full armor. What would you guys want to see out of the Masters of the Universe reboot? Jeremiah, I feel like you're going to say something about this, so I don't know why.
I'm just curious as to how they're going to do it. To be 100% honest, I want it to be both serious and hilarious. So Wondar would probably be who I would want to see the most in this Masters of the Universe series.
Yes,
if you don't
Wondar,
know who
my favorite.
Yeah, explain who Wondar is for us.
Wondar is stupid. So there is a version of the He-Man action figure that is a rare color variant that no one knows idea where it came from. Not a single person knows where it came from. Mattel has no idea how it got out, and a rumor started a long time ago that it was a Wonder Bread exclusive. Like you had to send in bread ties of Wonder Bread to get this version of He-Man, which isn't true. Still, no one knows as to how this variant came out. That being said, though, it gained so much notoriety that during the run of Mattel's collector series, because Mattel did a high-end collector series for I want to say 8 years for Master of the Universe figures, they released a Wondar, which is this color variant of He-Man, and he came with a loaf of bread. So just as a tongue-in-cheek, I'd like to see Wondar.
Don't
but I think all of these characters
complain about accessories, guys. Some of them just come with a loaf of bread.
If I was an action figure, I think I'd come with a loaf of bread.
A little Domino's order.
I just want to see a live-action Masters of the Universe. It's been a long time since we've seen one, and the last time was with Dolph Lundgren in a very ugly-looking Skeletor. So as long as they make Skeletor looking better, I'm happy to see it.
Word. Kyle, I don't know if you ever watched this, but I feel like He-Man is actually you. So I figured, figured you would appreciate this.
I don't get it, but thank you. I think
you're the He-Man of the group.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yep.
By the power of Grayskull.
Oh yeah. So moving on, Marvel Comics. New promo art shows Gwen Stacy's gravestone with the tease "Nothing is sacred" and promises more details next week. Is 619 Gwen resurrecting or Spider-Gwen meeting?
Hold on, Rey Mysterio Gwen? Rey Mysterio Gwen?
61. What did I say? 616? 616.
You said 619.
619. Woo!
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Budaka 619.
Makes less sense as you keep doing it.
616 awesome. Gwen Stacy.
Yep.
I mean, I think she's always been fair game. Like, she didn't stay dead long. Jackal cloned her, 6 issues after her death? So, yeah. I mean, no one stays dead forever. It's comics. If they did, it wouldn't be comics.
I like the idea of her coming back. Like 616 Gwen. So. But
it'd be cool to see, Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider running around, running into 616 Gwen, and her just being completely flabbergasted by the fact that there's another version of her that's alive and is the one that was bit by a spider. So
I don't know. Guess only time.
The Mexico version.
Oh. That's a callback.
Was that named something differently after the?
No, it was just called Spider-Man.
Okay. I was thinking maybe they could just continue that. Like, don't start at number 1. Start where that ended. Like she just never died.
Interesting.
That'd be cool. They're doing a lot of interesting things right now over at Marvel with a lot of their characters, shaking things up. So specifically, I'm talking about Venom, and everything that's going on with the symbiotes. People are swapping. So I don't know. Maybe she gets a symbiote. Maybe she comes back like that. No, you wouldn't want to see that.
No, not really.
No.
No, me neither. Be honest with you. We got Serenity in the chat. Between clone Gwens and alternate universe Gwens, she's never left us. I don't want this at all, but I'd take 616 Gwen being resurrected over 65 Gwen dying. More Gwen.
65 Gwen. What's 65 Gwen?
I don't know.
She's
'Cause,
65 years old.
What?
No,
Is that a thing?
She died in 72.
When?
She gave birth to twins in the 90s.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about now.
You don't know about that?
No.
She gave birth to Norman Gwen's children. I mean, not Norman Gwen. Norman Osborn's children in England. When he
okay.
faked his death and they ran away.
You've mentioned this. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now she has 2 kids, right? Normie and whatever. Isn't that?
I don't know if that's actually her children. But
bastard children. All right. The asterisk in Thunderbolts is there to explain the Avengers are not available, which feels pretty lame. So what do we want to see out of the Thunderbolts? Jeremiah?
Them not fuck up Sentry. That's really all I want out of this movie. Because we've started to see so Earth 65 Gwen is Ghost Spider. I can see where you're coming from now, Serenity. Thank you for the clarification. We've seen trailers, so we've seen the trailer now, where Serenity and Sentry are too close of names. Serenity is going to be in this movie too. So Sentry being kind of a badass. But from what we've seen, it's all shadows. He doesn't have his big, wispy, wavy hair. And it seems very Suicide Squad-esque that we get told all these members are here, and then one of them becomes the big bad. Like Enchantress became the big bad of the original Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm. Fuck off, Samson.
Samson in the chat. I want to see Red Hulk take over Thunderbolts. LOL. Just kidding, Jeremiah. Just for context, there he just doesn't hate Samson.
I would love a moment like in Deadpool when he was recruiting for the X-Force. And we just get a bunch of recruits of actual Thunderbolts characters like Atlas and Moonstone and Songbird. They just show up for a hot second.
But like a quick reject. Like no, we're not going to go with you. Yeah.
That would be fun.
You know, it'd be cool with that if they throw a like X-Men character, someone like random, like it's just like a quick like, what the fuck? And then it's like, yep. Anyways, moving on. Like,
has there ever been a mutant Thunderbolt character? Let me find out.
I'm not sure, but just anyone. I'm not even saying that specifically, but you know, a random obscure character that we like weren't ready for, that like we're expecting eventually. You know, like someone like that. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do want to see personally Red Hulk with a mustache. That's what I really hope to see out of the Thunderbolts, at least at the end. Like, give me
I hope
end.
to
Like
see
a quick,
that. I agree.
Like it just like it pans in and all you see is just a mustache, and then it just like ends. It's like, see you in season 2.
So I would like to see all of them die. I want every single one
every
of
time
them to die.
Every time.
Wiped, clean, fresh start.
You're not a fan of any of them? Any of these characters? I feel like Bucky is such a cool, like, he's ready to like go to the next step. I want to see Captain America Bucky.
Done.
I gotta see Captain America Bucky. It's gotta happen.
We don't need that. We don't need
Come on.
We don't need that, especially for the Rotten Tomatoes rating you're going to share in a few minutes.
Oh, no.
Because then it's just replacing because of that. And I don't want that. That's not right.
Okay. I didn't know you
So
put a Rotten Tomatoes thing in
yeah,
here.
you'll
Uh-oh.
see. It's fun.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want them actually all to die, but I kind of feel like a Thunderbolts team should be a revolving door, kind of like Suicide Squad. So I think a
Mhm.
chunk of them should. And
Did anyone read the King in Black Thunderbolts 3-issue tie-in?
I can't say that I've ever read any Thunderbolts, I'll be honest, over here.
I've
Jesus
only
Christ.
read the one you know of, and the one we don't speak of, because
Okay.
they all wore red.
The Red Bolts. So I love the Thunderbolts. Don't get enough love. Thunderbolts is going to be on the list for our comic book club soon. We're gonna read
Can't wait.
Caged Angels together, and that's gonna be amazing. Anyways, so Taskmaster was the leader of that Thunderbolts team, and their mission was to find Sentry's body. So a lot of the members don't overlap, but I would like the idea of at the end of this, Taskmaster walking away, being the leader of the Thunderbolts in a way. I think that'd be cool. I want what's her nuts to lose control of the team at the end of the movie. That's what I do want.
Hmm. Yeah, we got a
Belina?
lot of comments here. You're the collector. Oh, Kyle just changed my mind. Thunderbolt should be a revolving door.
Always,
I'm
always.
I'm not against that. Definitely, that'd be cool. Yeah. No, I remember reading a rumor early on that the Taskmaster that we've been introduced to isn't going to be the Taskmaster anymore. It's going to
So
be
it's not going to
like,
be Antonia.
yeah, it's gonna
Masters?
like she's gonna be in it at the beginning and like get replaced pretty quickly by the new Taskmaster, like the
I don't
actual
like that
Taskmaster.
idea.
I don't
I don't like that
understand
idea.
why they would like introduce her so quick, but maybe just to give the idea of the Taskmaster program or something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't know if there is a program like that. I'm just saying.
There's not. There's not.
So that's the
Tony
only thing I
Masters is
can
Tony
think of is
Masters.
that's what they're trying to do. So like how would this person be inspired by the other one? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Moving on, Charlie Cox has confirmed that Daredevil Born Again is set 6 years after the Netflix series. What do we want to see out of Daredevil Born Again, Jeremiah?
Oh, my
This is
list is
you.
too long. This would be the rest of the
Pick
podcast if I
two
sat here
things.
and just talked about it.
Pick your top two, not three. Two.
Foggy getting cancer.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I would like to see some minor villains kind of get hinted at. I would like to see Gladiator in an actual Gladiator costume, because we've gotten Melvin Potter before in the Netflix series. I hope he comes back just for a hot second, and I'd like to see Bullseye in a Bullseye costume. We do have images of him in a Marco Cinnichetto style costume. But I hope that's not the final one, or I hope he's in it for a while. I'd be fine with that if it's the final one, but I don't want it to be a hot second and then it'd be gone. So
Yeah. Kyle, what do you want to see out of Daredevil?
I was gonna make the joke and say everyone died, but I actually don't think I want any of the existing Daredevil cast to go anywhere. It's like we had them go away for so long that like I'd like them to keep them for at least a season. Obviously, someone's gonna go for a very dramatic.
Karen should die.
Karen should die, not Karen is supposed to die, but Karen should die.
I mean, she's supposed to, but
yeah,
she isn't a heroin addict yet.
Oh,
think they shouldn't do that, and
very dark.
that how can I say this? It's not a reboot, right? But it's a bringing into the MCU.
It's a continuation.
Yeah, so
continuation.
Let's not continue and then just bring everyone back just to kill them all. So I'd like to see the story 6 years later and see all of the cast we know 6 years later, like a reunion. I'd like to feel a little bit of that if they do anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Story-wise, I mean, I've heard good things about Zdarsky, but I think he gave him like a brother through magic. So I don't know if they should do that either.
Oh, that's such a good issue, though. That is one of my favorite Daredevil single issues of all time. Daredevil Annual 2022. One More Day.
Again. See what you did, Kyle?
It is a Daredevil
Not
One
hard
More
to
Day
do.
storyline, which is fantastic because his fake twin brother becomes a reality. But Zdarsky's run, it would be difficult to do it this way, because he relies a lot on the mythical aspects of Daredevil, and this is going to be a much more grounded version of Daredevil, I feel. I'm not saying that that can't happen. Good old Catholic boys can do their good old Catholic things, but I think it's going to be bits and pieces of Wade's, Zdarsky's, and Bendis's run, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that Wade's is kind of like a shoe-in. But
I mean, it's the best. So
I haven't read much besides Wade's, if I'm being honest. So
we'll change that soon.
yeah, we'll get there.
I hope he bumps into a character, like another like major character, like in the city, like whether it be Spider-Man, just Logan sitting at a bar, something.
Oh, I'd like that. I would
Something
like
just like
that.
a quick. Again, I'm very much on like just like tease us with things that we're like waiting for, without like anyone getting like, I don't know, not being ready.
So since Netflix is in the mythos of sorts, is Defenders canon?
Yeah, I
if
mean, if they're
Defenders
bringing
is
back all the
canon,
characters, then it would be because that was the
Luke
plan.
Cage
is all the
showing up
actors are
would be
coming.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Luke Cage is the
showing up
one
would
that
be really
they've said
cool.
isn't coming back, so that would be very cool if he's just sitting there. What I'd like to see is that he doesn't have his powers, and he's sitting at the bar, and like there's like a whole like quick conversation about it, and how those powers move on to someone else.
You mean Iron Fist or Luke
And then we
Cage?
get fucking Swordmaster. Oh wait, I didn't mean Luke Cage. I meant Luke Cage is
Danny
rumored to
Rand.
come
You meant
back.
Danny Rand.
Danny Rand's the only one. I always mix them up. Danny Rand.
Yeah, one's white and one's black. It's real hard.
yeah. Their powers are very similar. One's Iron Fist, and the other one's Luke Cage. Cage, Iron
Man.
Cage. It's, I started thinking. Anyways, so yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. See what happens.
It's literally close to my heart, so I can't not be excited.
But if he comes back and he's sitting at a bar, again, he's not rumored to be coming back. If he comes back sitting at a bar and says his powers are gone, it went on to someone else has the power of the dragon, and it's Swordmaster, I will lose my fucking shit.
We're getting there. I mean, we've got an Agent of Atlas on a show right now, and we'll get more to that later.
Let's go. All right, we're moving on. Rob Liefeld, Deadpool's co-creator. Now, this is big news. He's leaving Marvel after feeling snubbed at the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere. Ignored on the red carpet, left out of the after party, and had photos withheld. If he goes to DC, what character would you like to see him write?
None. Leave.
Wow.
Leave. You've threatened to leave 5 fucking times, dude. You're poison. If I have to pick a character, put him on Batman. Watch him ruin Batman and watch the world turn on him. Yeah, that's
I don't know.
That's what I'll say.
What's with the hate? He did Deadpool, right? I don't know what's.
No,
what's
he
the problem?
didn't. Everything you love about Deadpool has nothing to do with Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld barely created Deadpool. He ripped off the name. He ripped off the costume. He wasn't the merc with a mouth until Joe Kelly got a hold of the character. There is nothing about Deadpool that Rob Liefeld did that people actually like.
Okay. That's the clip right there.
That is the clip. That's going to make Rob not only leave Marvel, but leave Panelites.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
just
fine.
lost a Discord member.
I mean, I can draw feet better than Rob Liefeld, and I can draw.
You didn't have to bring up the feet. You didn't have to bring up the feet.
Wow.
So I will say,
yeah.
Hey,
Captain Chaos.
That's one of
Jeremiah
the reasons.
just has a foot fetish. That's why he hates Rob.
It's a laundry list, but yeah, that's close to the top.
But listen, the people in the comments are agreeing with you, so definitely no one.
So I will say this though. We have to give him a little credit for making a stand, because creators are severely, and when I say severely, they're just not compensated. They're just not compensated.
But like, he had cameos in the first 2 Deadpool movies, and there was a reference to him in this movie that everyone knew the moment they saw it. That's Rob. That's Rob. He's gotten enough respect. Did he get the paychecks with it? No, but he made so much goddamn fucking money in the 90s. He nearly bought Marvel. He had to get talked out of buying Marvel in 1995. The person who talked him out of it, Jim Lee. So him not being compensated for his creation of Deadpool is bullshit at this point. Other people should be compensated. I agree. 100% creators need more at stake, but we don't need a prima donna to do this. If Scott Snyder's Batman run is referenced in Batman 2 with Court of the Owls, and him and Greg Capullo and Jonathan Grappelon is not paid, then yes, let's stand up and let's say, hey, you built this on these shoulders. Not this guy created this character, did next to nothing with him, and he became super popular. We need to give him all the credit. That's bullshit. Fabian Nizzetti had no reference in any of the movies, nor cameos, and he wrote the fucking character.
So basically,
I'll get off my high horse now. I'm sorry.
No,
we
I
need
got
a
Joe
hero,
Kelly.
but not him.
Yeah.
So you're telling me everything I like about Deadpool is Joe Kelly.
Yes.
So
Yes. Joe Kelly, Ken Lashley,
same question.
Steve Dillon. Yeah.
Who would you want to see Joe Kelly write if he went to DC?
That's a great question. I think he would do a really fun take on Mr. Miracle.
Okay.
And
Anything would be better than the last run.
We could distance it from the last run.
So the thing I would want to see is a Legion of Doom, but like whatever the 70s cart, like remember like the original like you'd watch on like Boomerang, like that Legion of Doom.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like him writing a book on that team and like them looking like that and making it like quirky and fun. So we got Samson in the chat. Joe Kelly should do Deathstroke. That would be funny. But Deathstroke is like a more serious version, right? Of
Yes.
Deadpool. Yeah.
Yes.
So
the campy Legion of Doom is what you would like. That'd be cool. I'd be okay with that.
yeah, especially now finding out that Rob Liefeld is not the reason why I like Deadpool. Anyways, guys, we're gonna move on. Captain America Brave New World is set off to a rough start, debuting at 49% on Rotten Tomatoes from 93 reviews. Critics are mixed, citing issues with VFX, action, and storytelling.
We gotta keep in mind that this was a COVID movie. Like this was a movie that got railroaded because of COVID. And relied heavily on reshoots and rewrites. That is something that I think people need to go into this movie and keep in mind, that if it weren't for COVID, whatever quality we're getting out of this movie, it would be better. So that's my 2 cents. I have not seen it yet. I'm excited to see it. I've heard good things. So I'm keeping an open mind.
Yeah, no, completely agree. I also feel like 49%. I feel like people are probably hating on it for something other than just.
I mean, it's also critics.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're gonna get this movie and we're gonna be like.
I'm sure that
like, surprised. Like it's a good.
I'm
movie.
sure that one of those reviews is not my Captain America, because that's the people.
That's what I
really
mean. Like there's definitely something more politically fueled when it comes to reviews on a movie like this, you know, because you can see it both ways, and I don't know. I feel like this is a tough genre to be in when it comes to that. But if it is, you know, half liked, then it's doing its job. I feel like it's putting its message out there
to like set some stuff up and open some things up and make him more, because like the TV show was about him dealing with the internal imposter syndrome of becoming Captain America. We didn't really have him there till the end. So it would be great now for this movie. Again, even if it's not fantastic, but as long as it does the job of solidifying that he is Captain America, it'll easily set him up as the leader of the next Avengers team. So
Yeah.
the movie just needs to be good enough. And then we can get some more, past
And
that.
from what I've heard, that this movie is fast paced. There's not a slow part in this whole movie. It is boom, 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 boom. And some people might not like that, but that's what I think we need out of a good action movie. And some Marvel movies are slow burn. And if this one isn't slow burn, that's awesome. I'm okay with some being like, let's do a 9-round fight right now. No slow down. So I'm excited to see it. I did see a movie this week, and I will be talking about that later. But it wasn't Captain America.
So we'll see what happens. So moving on, the producers of Late Night with the Devil are adapting Scott Snyder's comic Dungeon into a feature film. If you don't know Dungeon follows an ordinary family who move into a house in New Hampshire only to discover something unexpected is in their new home. Woo! Spooky pictures will produce with artwork by Hayden Sherman. Now, I've never read this book personally. But
I've
from the
never known of
synopsis-
this book.
Yeah.
Me either. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because I feel like we missed something here.
From the synopsis, from the covers, if you look up some of the covers, it's a very cool looking book. I can only guess what's inside the book, but I'm excited based off of the pictures, and I like pictures. You know me, I like pictures. Don't like boxes, but I do like
Judging off the cover, classic Pierre.
Yep, always judge a book by its cover. A lot of books got me with Peach Momoko covers. But yeah, it looks good.
Oh,
though.
so it's a straight trade. It's not even. It's an OGN. It's not a series.
But it looks good.
It looks good. Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to try this out, but
I just want to
It
watch
is
it
an
on
OGN.
film.
Read it and circle back. Let's all circle back.
That's a good book to
Alright.
read. Yeah, we get that on the list. Let's go. Speaking of Scott Snyder, he teases Bane's upgrade in DC's Absolute Universe, debuting in issue number 6, with a grotesque Joker arriving by issue number 14. Mr. Freeze has also been hinted by Snyder, so it looks like we're getting everyone. I think we're going to get
Classic
a
roast.
little taste of every character, which is going to be awesome. But I guess these are going to be more of his villains, because it doesn't seem like they're going to make his friends that he grew up with his villains. That's like more just like his squad that gives him help.
For
Like,
now,
I like
at least. One of them will
I like
flip.
how they have the Riddler kind of helping him solve cases. Like they're twisting it a little bit more. So I do like it. Still a good book for sure. What I didn't know was the next bit of news. Comic Book Club asked if this absolute Superman Kal-El is connected to Darkseid. Aaron said there could be, or they could be, since Darkseid created this world and powers it. He hinted at future revelations, confirming Darkseid is a big key to this universe. So I do have to ask, am I the only one who didn't realize this universe is created by Darkseid?
No, me
I had
too.
no idea.
Me too.
I had no idea either. I don't
Yep.
know where we missed that. I don't know if that has been fully revealed yet, or it's just been hinted at.
Was there like a free comic book day, and like it was just like, oh, this
hasn't
is what
been one
Absolute's
yet,
gonna
but
be.
there was a panel at San Diego that might have been where it was mentioned.
Yeah, there has to be a connecting book that started this conversation.
Well,
about
what always
him being-
confused me is the whole absolute power event. And now we have books with the word absolute in front, but seemingly,
but they're not connected.
but they are in some.
So
way.
there's something that a lot of people need to realize, that there are certain words that are owned by certain companies in a way, like the word crisis. That's a DC word. The word secret is a Marvel word.
That's funny.
Absolute has always been a DC word. Their big versions, their big compendiums are called absolute editions. They've always been called absolute editions. So the word absolute doesn't automatically mean I lost my thread there. What was I going to say? Like this is their
Doesn't
first
mean
time
that they're
taking a
connected. It doesn't mean that they're
Yeah.
connected.
just
that
use
they're
it for
all
the
part
event.
of the universe.
Yeah,
And
they
we're
just
like,
used
"Oh,
it for the event.
let's
So.
use it some more. It's
Yeah.
good. It's a good word.
But it's usually like a little tweak of it. Like it's
Mhm.
absolute time, absolute
mean-
power, absolute vision, absolute
Yeah.
like it's always something. Absolute.
So I think the free comic book day edition, if we ever get it, thank you, Diamond, will relate to Darkseid probably more. Although Diamond has nothing to do with it. We're definitely getting it because it's lunar. I made my mistake by just saying that out loud. So
I'm
Anywho,
excited
won't
to
edit it out.
see. I am excited to see this universe's Darkseid because that would connect all the books. So
Yeah.
like, and all three books have such a different style of like kind of how they're going. So it'd be interesting.
Well,
to
we're getting
connect
the
them.
we're getting the fourth soon. We're getting Martian Manhunter soon. And
Yeah,
we're getting
I like
Flash
what they're
soon as
doing
well.
this.
So
I really like the way we're doing this. It's really
what
creative.
absolute character have they not announced yet that you would want to see?
I don't know which ones they've
announced.
announced fully.
Well,
Just like an
Flash,
obscure character.
Martian Manhunter. Those two are coming.
Give me absolute Green Lantern.
That's coming. That's confirmed.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
What about absolute Cyborg? Make it a white girl and piss off everyone.
Oh, absolute Teen Titans. Just straight go Teen Titans at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like a Nightwing because he would not be relevant to Batman. It would almost be like a, like a parallel.
So the way to do that really well is not absolute Teen Titans, just absolute Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like jump ahead.
Have it just be a straight up team, yeah.
So like they're the team before the Justice League is.
Or just concurrent teams.
Absolute Swamp Thing.
Oh,
that's rumored.
Absolute
rumored.
Animal Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, Animal Man. Because just like anything rethought with him, you could just really go crazy.
Yeah, I just feel like that one book. I forgot whose run it was, but like
Jeff Lemire's run, or
we
Grant
all
Morrison,
know exactly
both
Jeff
of them are
Lemire's.
incredible.
No, you know exactly which one. You knew it right off the bat. Oh, it's Jeff Lemire's run because it is. It's literally like if you think of Animal Man, he took it to like this crazy level, and I feel like yes, you can do more with it, but like you would have to go on your own level over here because you're not touching.
Which
what
is a
he
little
did.
hard to out crazy Grant Morrison, but it
Yeah.
almost did. And then the whole connection with the red and the green and the gray and swirling all together. That's just brilliant.
Oh, yeah, absolute that. All right, guys. We're moving on. Daisy Ridley. You know her from Star Wars. She's open to joining the MCU or DCU, saying if they call, absolutely. I love Batman and the Penguin. So which comic book character could Daisy Ridley play in the DCU or the MCU? Or both?
Ivy.
Drop it down here. Oh. Okay. A Poison Ivy. You know, I was thinking...
Say it politically correct. If we're not going to get a natural redhead.
If we're not going to get a ginger.
If we're not going to get an actual ginger, coming from a ginger. Like if it's not, then let's just stray away from Caucasian altogether. Because there's no reason. If you're not going after like a very super comic accurate from her first appearance, if you're not matching that, then don't try and match it at all. Just go
black man.
Just anything. Just stray away from it. Yeah, just stray away from it because that's a character that it doesn't matter, in my opinion.
So my follow up is actually she would be an amazing Livewire. The Superman villain.
That's a good one. I do like that a lot. I always see Livewire more as a Supergirl villain. I don't know why.
True.
I just feel like
Woman of Tomorrow.
Could be a thing.
It could be a good counter.
You know what's funny?
James, I'll take my check now.
She plays a hero in Star Wars, but I feel like casting her in one of these, it's a villain. I don't know why.
Does she play a hero?
I mean, she's a hero on screen, but in our hearts, she's a villain. Yeah. Yeah, like I would in my head I was thinking Catwoman, and that's mainly because Batman. Her mentioning that she loves Batman and Penguin, I was like, oh, like I was already putting her in a Gotham universe, you know. But again, villain. Like I'm not thinking who she would
Huntress.
fit. Fuck,
Mm,
that would
Mm,
right in between.
mm.
It kind of yeah. No, I like that. Or
She's too, I don't want to say tiny. That's not the right word. I just feel like Huntress is more like a commanding, and she's just, I don't know.
like a professional wrestler.
who's Damien's mom? What's that?
Oh, Talia. That thought crossed my mind, and I was
Ooh,
like,
Talia as Ghul. Yeah.
maybe just a love
Yeah.
interest, generally speaking.
Like bring that in, and give us Damien. We need to see him on screen. I think it's time. Like he's
Yeah.
so popular. It's crazy how like he's gonna really be your Robin, most
Yeah.
likely. Like if you're
No,
doing
I
Brandon
agree with
Before and
that.
stuff. But yeah, cool. So let us know who you think Daisy Ridley should play in the MCU or the DCU. We actually only tackled the DCU. I didn't even think MCU at all on that.
There's
But
none
when-
that come to my mind, honestly. We're gonna need the chat for that.
Yeah.
Drop it in the comments if you're seeing this as a clip.
Speaking of professional wrestling, though,
Segue.
Pierre, next note, please.
Oh, sorry. I was waiting for you to say it. MegaCon moment. Frank Cho meets fan Omos. Omos? Omos. Who is this?
Omos. So Omos is a
This is
professional
why
wrestler.
you should have read this. I don't know who this is.
He is 7'3". Look at him next to Frank Cho at MegaCon.
That's funny.
Like, and apparently he's actually a really big fan of Frank Cho's, which is really, really cool that he sought him out at MegaCon to say hello and to get some artwork from him. I thought that was just cool. Worlds colliding, comics and wrestling and all the fun stuff.
I didn't even know he was a wrestler.
7'3", Ugandan giant. Although he was born in DC, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, it's huge. Cool. Very good.
Nope,
Very good.
no chaos. Nope.
We got
chaos.
a yeet in the chat, Captain Chaos.
No.
Let's
I don't know
go.
what that means.
Yeet, yeet. All right.
I
Well,
hate
we're moving
James
into
so bad.
collection acquisition, where Jeremiah spends money.
Did you guys get any before I show off the shit that I shouldn't have bought?
Nope.
I'm gonna hint at something. I have
Oh,
a commission
you do.
that if you go to the Discord, you can go see, but I don't have it in my possession yet, so I will wait to properly announce it. But there's some cool
I
things
got-
surrounding that too. So
I got a commission as well, but I've already packed it away, unfortunately. Which I'll
What?
show off when I unpack.
all right.
I'll definitely show it off when I unpack. But for me, I bought a bunch of shit that I didn't need. Starting with this CGC book up here. This is Ghost Rider Mythos, Paul Rivera cover. This is the FYE promotional edition, CGC graded 9.2. Now, why would I buy this if I already have this? Well, it is notoriously in bad shape, so a 9.2 I thought was fair, and I got it for $15. So that's
Nice.
less than the cost of grading it now. So I will take that.
I don't know if you know
Um,
this, but I've been doing similar with a book that is not $15 that averaged $300 to $600.
You have that. I think I've finally agreed and admitted that I am a Funko Pop collector now, even though I don't want to be. But I've bitten the bullet. So baseball season right around the corner. I got my boy Yordan Alvarez in pop form because he was on sale, but I also wanted to get free shipping. So I bought a bunch of other pops. One that I was really looking forward to, the Scarlet Spider in the hoodie, Funko exclusive.
I think I have that.
And
I have a lot of
then,
Spider-Man. Only Spider-Man pops.
I decided I'm going to try to get all of these signed by the creators that were a part of it. So I got the Daredevil issue
That's cool.
189, black and white. I want to get this signed by Klaus Janson and Frank Miller, but I don't know if I can do both. I'll settle for Klaus.
I like the
and then I
horns
got
are white on that.
the Frank Miller Elektra issue as well. I want to get
Very
this signed
cool.
by Frank, obviously.
I like those box
then-
ones with a comic book background. It's a good display
Yeah,
piece.
They take up so
but
much room.
some of the stuff that annoys me is they fucked it up so bad early on. So in the early on issues, there's an Elektra one that says Elektra, but it's her as Daredevil, so it should just say Daredevil. And then there's a Kamala Khan one that says Captain Marvel because that's the issue she appears in, but it's Kamala Khan, so it's Miss Marvel. Like the labeling was all off in the beginning, which is why I like swore off of them until they've kind of fixed it. And the last two things that I got, I was able to find this on eBay. I've been looking for one for a long time. It is a Batman Spirit crossover. This won the Eisner Award in 2007, and it's signed by the late Darwin Cook in a very, very cool way that I hope to one day get Jeff Loeb to mimic and sign his first name in black and his last name in silver, like Darwin did with his signature. Because Darwin never signed Cook. He only signed Darwin. And if you are a Chip Zdarsky fan of his run on Daredevil, you need to go pick this omnibus up now because it is already becoming rare. So it is already out of print, apparently. So this run is all the run that we are getting. The first volume is still in print. This is the second volume, the back half of the run. So if you are a Chip Zdarsky fan or a Daredevil fan and you want to read good Daredevil in Omni form, you have to go pick this up now, which is the only reason why I popped on it before the move, because I didn't think I would find it for a decent price after my move. Yeah.
There he is again, spending money. There you go, guys.
Luckily, okay, with all of this though, I am with all of this, not including the Omni, I'm under $100.
Oh, okay.
And then
Not
with
bad.
the Omni alone was 100, but that's its MSRP. I got it for MSRP. So
Can't beat that. Can't beat paying manufacturer suggested price.
Better than my football bets.
All right. Well, we are gonna go into screen time. This is where we watch things and we talk about it. So, like, Kyle, I see that you put a note in here for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I didn't watch it, so I don't know about the Luna
Really?
Snow selfie with Harry.
I'm 2 episodes behind, but I am very, very much enjoying the show.
I am also 2 episodes behind. I'm also very much enjoying it. I will tell you my pros and my cons.
Let's go.
My
I'm
pros,
10 for the record. There are no negatives. Go.
story definitely picked up pace. First 2 episodes, wasn't loving it. A little slow. Story picked up pace. Very great story. I like how basically, I had this in my head correctly, but basically the movies did things a certain way, right? Like they changed
Mhm.
certain things about Spider-Man. So now, instead of doing it the comic accurate way, they're reinserting comic tropes into the show. So it's like
Okay.
a lot of major events from the movies and exclusively from the movies, like actual scenes from movies, are shown in this alternate timeline. And then the changes that are occurring are actually more so from the comics. So instead of like the movies changing the comics, it's now a show based off the movies being changed by the comics. I don't think I explained it right, but it's cool to see. It's a nice like switcheroo. And yes, they showed my main in Marvel Rivals, which I haven't played in like 2 months because the PlayStation's been in bubble wrap. But they showed my main in a selfie with Harry Osborn. I caught her. My daughter actually likes the show. She actually will pay attention for like a full 10 minutes.
Wow.
It's very surprising because I've tried some
I think
anime.
it's the animation style. The
It's the
animation
style.
style is what's-
So the cons, Peter Parker. No, but like
Always
honestly,
Peter
not just
Parker.
making a joke
Always.
because I want Miles over Peter. This Peter, I don't like when he speaks.
Okay.
Like I'm cool with the whole new friend cast. Like I'm cool with every other change. The suit is fine. I know the suit's about to change again. Just not really a fan of the dialogue that comes out of Peter's mouth. When he's Spider-Man, fantastic. When he's just Peter, he needs to go away.
I don't think he's just mature enough yet. I agreeing with everything
Okay.
you say to an extent. But the one thing that I like jumped out of my seat. I knew we were going to get them when there were some previews out there, but us getting the mid 90s alternate Spider-Mans in suits. So we got Prodigy, we got Ricochet, we got the Hornet, and we got Dusk. I was just sitting there like this for
Yeah,
that
that was a
whole
nice touch.
episode because I was so excited. Especially the Prodigy bit was a lot of fun for me because he was probably my favorite Ultimate Spider-Man identity. But yeah, I'm just enjoying the show for what it is. I'm excited that we're getting a second season of it. So yeah, I'm definitely.
So one quick
moving
question
on.
before we move on. The characters that we've been introduced to as his new friend group per se, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, I don't want to spoil it, but Lonnie, right? Obviously, he
Yeah.
wasn't a normal friend group character, but like Pearl, she exists? Is she new? Is the best
Pearl
friend
is our
new?
agent of Atlas that is in a television show right now.
Okay.
Pearl is part of the Agent of Atlas, which Swordmaster is also part of the Agents of Atlas.
Who's Pearl?
So she's the older love interest.
Oh, okay. Who's the friend?
Nico is a runaway.
Hater.
Really?
Oh well, you're a hater. That's why.
No. I hate her because she got all in her feels about Peter not being able to attend that party because he was stuck at work. And I was like, why are you hating on him? Like, he's your friend.
She's an emo. That's what we do.
No, she's trying to be cool. She's trying to hang out. She's trying to use Peter. I don't like that. Don't like it. She's trying to use Peter for popularity. Peter's cool now. She's not. She needs to get over it.
Oh, I have one more thing. I got some weird vibes in episode 2 between Aunt May and Peter. And that's all I'm gonna say. But I got like weird vibe.
Nope,
like
that wasn't
they
that.
they didn't do
Nope.
this right. Something, I don't know if it's just the animation, but the eye
there's nothing
contact
weird
got a
there.
little funny. It's a little.
Nope.
You're wrong. It's okay.
I don't
You've been
know.
watching too much regular anime, and it's really screwing
Maybe.
you up. What
I mean,
your
I've
expectation
watched
is?
those movies too, but I skipped that part.
Yeah, your expectation of
Anywho.
this show is influenced by anime. I will say no spider sense. I don't think he has spider
Yes.
sense.
He does not yet.
Yeah.
We will get there though, hopefully. I saw Hard Eyes in theaters, which is a new Valentine's Day horror movie that I suggest everyone go see. It is really fun. It is a campy horror movie. But there's so much like humor in it, and it is done very, very, very well. If you need a good date movie, go see Hard Eyes. If you need a good pick me up because the world is on fire, go see Hard Eyes. It is worth the. I paid $12 to go see it, and it's an hour and a half of mindless fun. So if you're a horror fan, go see Hard Eyes. After you see Captain America, of course.
Yep. I just looked that up. I might look that up. I might actually go watch that. So
it is just fun. That's really all it boils down to. It is a fun movie.
Well, guys, with that being said, we're gonna move into rumors, baby. This is the last segment here. This is what we got. We're wrapping it up, and we got a lot of things. Galactus hunts Franklin Richards to restore his lost universe in Fantastic Four First Steps. What does Galactus's universe consist of? Like, where he came from? Were there other big people? Like
The Black
what?
Winter.
The Black Winter is what? In his universe?
Galactus is the Black Winter's herald.
Okay.
That's in the Donny Cates Thor run.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I have the action figure, actually.
You do, yes.
Yeah. But other than that, what else is in Galactus's universe that he wants to restore?
I don't think that's it. I don't like the idea of that. I think Galactus is just hungry and he wants help. I think that's the plot.
This rumor's got him having a whole family. So
Because that's what I'm imagining.
Trying
I'm
to-
imagining
trying to
just
save
a
his
big
world.
family, big people running around. They're like, I'm gonna go to work now, and he leaves and he goes to eat other universes and comes back. Like that's what.
One of my favorite facts about Galactus is if there are images of him without his helmet, and he has got the biggest douchebag goatee that exists.
That's awesome.
So
It makes sense.
yeah, just throwing that out there. I think
He
more
lives in a
people need to
trailer
know
park. He has it's a Galactus trailer park. Just a bunch of trailers in space. That's all it is. Yeah, that was my only question. I didn't really know kind of what that is. But anyways, Brandon Skelenar, most recently in It Ends With Us, and Jonathan Bailey, who was most recently in Wicked, are both reportedly in consideration to play Richard Rider in the upcoming Nova series for the MCU. What do we think of that casting?
I think they both would be beautiful dicks. So
It's every time. Every time you get the opportunity.
That was the best wordplay on it, though.
Every
So
time
far.
Richard's in it, anytime he gets a chance and we have a Richard, he
Some
has to throw it in.
1980s with the Richard jokes, but that was a good one. I'll give you credit. Not too much credit that you do it 10 more times, but I'll give you credit.
Jonathan Bailey as Nova. Perfect. Brandon Skelenar, no more. I don't want him anymore because
His name's
keeps
coming up too
in
much.
rumors that I don't want him. I don't want him. That's it. You're giving him me too many times. I don't want him. Just take him back. Take him back to your little issues over at It Ends With Us. Take him back. There's a lot of drama over there. If you've
So
been
much
following the
drama.
news, so much drama.
So great.
The Lanterns TV show will be set in a town suddenly overwhelmed by superpowered beings. Now, I do ask this because that kind of started making me think. Are there any storylines that we see in DC Universe that has a town run over with superpowered beings? Is that like a thing that happened?
the original Sinestro story, the very first one, he was a Green Lantern, obviously, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's a great Green Lantern." And then we find out that his home planet fears him because he's ruling it with an iron fist. So I think this is a play on that. That these lanterns are going to come across towns that are being overrun with superpowered beings that are like holding them down as a nod to that original Sinestro storyline.
Okay. So
I hope this rumor's fake.
the one thing that I found was that in Static Shock, there is a gas leak that happens in the town that gives people powers, and they call them bang babies. Remember that? If you watch Static Shock, you read Static Shock, that happened.
That is a deep cut.
Yeah.
What if the town that they're in is that, and we get introduced to a Static Shock in this?
Green Lanterns aren't grounded enough to be connected to Static Shock, in my opinion.
I don't think so either. But like, imagine Static Shock.
Good comparison to try and make this.
You guys are going to get ripped apart for not just calling him Static.
Yeah, well,
I'm used to the 90s show. I'm sorry.
And the current comic is Static Shock.
Yeah.
Is it? It's not just Static.
Titled.
It is Static Shock.
Yeah, it's back. Static Shock is back.
And I'm mad at myself for forgetting
babies.
to continue it. Like someone read like 100 different books and it got pushed back in my digital last read thing. I won't say who, Pierre. Pushed back, and I kind of like forgot about it. And it's really solid. Like it's really solid. And like we saw the writer at Comic-Con like 2 years ago talk about it. And me and Dimitri were like, how did we miss this? Like very solid.
I was reading it.
Yeah. And then you pushed it away for both of us.
Yeah. I get excited.
So I really don't want this though. Like I wasn't joking. Like I really don't want this. I want a very like heavy soap opera sci-fi in space. Like
you want Doctor Who?
No. I was thinking more like HBO Max, right? Max, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like Raised by Wolves. Did you see that? It got canceled too soon, but heavy sci-fi. Like literally space opera, like had an alien kind of vibe, not alien vibe, like a Prometheus specifically kind of vibe. Like I want that out of a Lantern show.
Okay.
Or like even like Dune. Like I want to see like different worlds with like completely insane societies and just like the Dune TV show, like the way they did that. Like let them visit
Concentrate
someplace
it
like
in
that.
space. Do something.
I
cool.
don't want a little town. Like I want
Yeah.
crazy cities on different planets.
That would be cool. I like that. Them fighting big alien monsters and shit like
Yeah,
that.
like give me a variety.
Yeah, give me more. I like it. Moving on, Kate Bishop is set to lead the Young Avengers. I guess.
Why is this in rumors? That should just be in duh.
Yeah.
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 It's either going to be Young
happen.
Avengers or Champions. I like the idea of them being called Champions instead of the Young Avengers.
I think she's severely underrated as Hawkeye.
I think she's severely underrated as a person.
Yeah.
I can tell you,
Josh Allen MVP.
I think Kate Bishop is all right as a Hawkeye.
Whoa.
Clearly, you have not read Matt Fraction's Hawkeye run. You clearly have not.
Yeah, okay, but that's what probably did it to my brain, not just the actress.
Well, no, yeah, that run makes Kate Bishop just as bad.
And she literally must have read that run 100 times because she's portraying it
perfectly
to the T. Like, yeah, Pierre, that should be on your list. You would love that, and the art in it is just.
David Aja art, Francisco Francavilla art.
Yeah,
like it is.
Yeah, haven't
boomerang.
read it. Maybe I'll give that a shot. I'll give it a shot, and I'll come back to that comment. But I will say, the Hawkeye from Ultimate, that one is perfect. So go read Ultimate and come back to me about the current Hawkeye in Ultimate, and then we can talk.
Okay.
We'll compare and contrast. But moving forward, Julia Butters being considered for Kitty Pryde in Marvel Studios' X-Men. Now, if you look up Julia Butters, she is kind of perfect for this role.
She's 15?
Yeah.
Is she Jewish?
Uh,
I don't know why that matters.
Because Kate Bishop is, because Kitty Pryde is Jewish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kitty Pryde, I would say 100%. This is not something we should change. This is
okay.
This is one I would like, and Magneto. It's the same effect.
Yep.
These two, I would say no. Do not mess with. Leave them alone.
So I like Julia Butters for it. I first, like, if you look up Julia Butters, she looks like a little child. Like she's like,
because she is
9, 10. No, but like the photos
15,
that first come up, she was like famous from like being a child actress, like very like 8, 9, 10. Like
okay.
So now I guess she's 15. So I'm like, all right, I guess they're trying to like start young. So eventually she gets to a point where she's older.
They have to have some young too with the whole school, right? There needs to be some. So I'm cool with that. I wasn't familiar with her, but
I mean,
I like
she's
the
not
idea of
Jewish,
it for sure.
But if she's willing to convert, I'd be okay with it.
Fair.
Okay. All right. That's a lot to ask out of an actor, but okay. The
Leonardo DiCaprio would do it. That's all I'm saying.
So Leonardo DiCaprio for Kitty Pryde is now being considered by the MCU. So the Russo brothers have signed a deal to direct Marvel's upcoming X-Men film. Russo brothers. Yeah, what did they film last? What was the last one that they did?
Endgame?
Okay. That's good. That's perfect. Endgame was fine.
They did, yeah.
So
and
they
did Winter Soldier. They did the best Marvel movie ever. So
perfect.
Pass.
Let's go. Oh,
pass.
Whoa.
Is it because of my comment or just because?
No, I'm just ready for someone new, and I think X-Men could. Everyone knows what I'm thinking.
To come back?
No,
yeah, Takiti Wakiti.
No, absolutely not.
You want Zack Snyder? You want a Zack Snyder X-Men?
No. I want someone we haven't heard of in the realm of superhero. Let's think outside the priority box, right? The priority mail box. Let's think outside of that kind of box.
Okay. All right.
It's a white box, if anyone's asking. It's a white box.
Scorsese.
It's a white box, read between the lines.
I can't say his
name.
White
box.
Martin Scorsese.
Cody Ziegler.
Scorsese?
To direct.
Scorsese?
Oh.
How do you fucking say his name?
Martin Scorsese?
Scorsese.
Scorsese.
There you go. See, I knew there was like
Also Jewish.
a
also
thing on
Jewish.
the end. Yeah. So let's do him, and he do the X-Men. Make him Magneto.
Moving on.
Jack Champion being considered for Cyclops in Marvel's X-Men reboot. Jack Champion. I thought we already had a Cyclops. Who's Zach Champion?
Another one.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Here, I like how you
can
look
see
them
it.
up as you're reading them, almost like
Yeah.
you
see
didn't
it.
read the things
No,
you're reading
this
prior
this
to
one
the
I
moment you're
read.
reading them now on the live stream.
I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy as that. Make him Quicksilver.
But he's been signed on for Avatar up to the 5th movie. So is
he's
he too busy
He's
to play
too busy.
Cyclops?
Those movies
out.
don't take long to film; they take long to put in the CGI.
Jack Champion as another character. Don't make him Cyclops. Make him someone else.
I agree.
Yeah.
Someone else fine,
Don't like
not Cyclops.
Make him who's the other guy? The one that bamps everywhere? That guy, Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler? Are you fuck?
It's
You,
getting late.
Yeah.
It's getting late, guys.
Getting late. Marvel
No, I
is
think-
reportedly
Okay.
what? Oh wait, what do we do?
I was gonna compliment you. You can move on if you don't want the compliment.
Compliment.
doesn't deserve it.
The way
Give me the
That's true.
compliment.
The way you
I
said
need
it
a
last
compliment.
episode, like the way you said it last episode, like Cyclops needs to be the way Wolverine was to the X-Men movies. Like
Mhm.
everything revolved around Wolverine in a sense. When he was sad, everyone was sad. He was mad, everyone was mad. He was essentially the main character that wasn't the main character, but he was the main character, and they got spin-offs that no one else got. Cyclops doesn't need the spin-offs, but I agree he should be the center stage for a time. Not forever, but for a time. And once he's solidified as a leader, then we branch out. And that's when we get maybe a Storm solo and inevitably a Wolverine solo. And then the two of them ended up running their own teams. That's my perfect
Yeah.
world.
Separate
With a-
them, give them teams.
With a director outside of the standard medium-sized priority box,
Adam Sandler.
which is a white box.
Adam Sandler. No?
Absolutely not. No.
Martin.
No hate.
No,
But
no. Not Martin again. Getting late. What was that guy? Tarantino. Let's do Tarantino.
No, I think
Says
he's
it.
done, actually. He's doing like one more movie. He's done.
Yep. Yeah. Marvel is reportedly eyeing Javier Bardem for the role of Mr. Sinister in the MCU.
That's the guy from
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, I was gonna say that completely backwards, so thank you. That yeah, why not? Right?
He was also
fun.
in your Dune
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
He's
I could
actually
see
he would
him
be
being
perfect
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Sinister. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
A lot.
but he's gotta
a
be
lot.
fun.
Yeah.
He's gotta be a little spicy.
Yeah, he
go.
can do humor. He can do humor pretty well
Okay.
while
Yeah.
still being serious. So I think that's the key to having a good Sinister.
Yeah. You said he's spicy because he's Spanish. I see what you're doing there, Kyle.
No, I didn't even know he was Spanish.
Muy caliente.
Didn't even
Uh-huh.
know.
Javier didn't give it away.
Yeah. I mean,
You never
come
know.
on.
Look at Pierre. Pierre's name is Pierre.
Yep. It's true.
Dimitri's name is Dimitri. He doesn't even have the I. That's like
Yep.
the most Russian way you could spell it possibly.
There are black Russians.
It's true. It's true.
Not Dimitri.
Marvel wants Aldous Hodge, known for playing Hawkman, to portray Black Panther in an upcoming MCU film. Yeah, the way they
Cast.
made Hawkman in the
Black
I forgot
Adam
what movie. I think it was Black Adam. Yeah, that it gave Black Panther vibes. Like they tried to basically make him their Black Panther. That's what that was.
Hmm.
Like they gave him like the technology, had the ship. You know what I mean? His suit, like kind of like it was all. It wasn't like a Hawkman we're used to, or a Hawk Girl. Jonathan
Samson.
Majors, Samson
Samson's
is
relentless.
just pushing.
I've only popped up like half of the amount of times he said it.
So yeah, I did hear that they're not looking to recast Black Panther. Like that's it. That was your Black Panther. He's gone.
Yeah,
Move
I'm still going with that ship. I'd like to not recast. I
The
really
only
would like
I'd be
to
reason
okay
not.
why-
with not recasting, and I'd be okay with them casting him. I don't think there's a wrong answer right now for this. I think we need Black Panther in some capacity, whether it's in spirit or an actual Black Panther. I'm okay with it.
I would just want to see it for the Storm storyline. That's all.
You
Where,
just
like,
want to see him clapping Storm's cheeks.
wow. Okay. Nick Fury to return in Avengers Doomsday. He's coming back, folks. Eye patch and all. There's no stopping Nick Fury.
But is it Samuel L. Jackson or is it David Hasselhoff?
That's true. That is true.
I'll wait.
I kind of don't want either, if I'm being honest.
What?
I think I'm done with all of it.
That would be interesting if he came back.
I would
as
like to
David
see the
Hasselhoff.
Hoff. I think the Hoff would be a cool
Yeah.
little, a cute homage.
Yeah, I don't hate it. And last but not least, Marvel Studios is reportedly eyeing Margaret Robbie for a role in the MCU. Who would you want to see her play? Margaret
You don't
Robbie in
pronounce
the
the
MCU.
T. It's Margot. It's Margot Robbie. It's like Stephen Colbert.
Say it again for the clips.
You don't pronounce the T. It's Margot Robbie. Like Stephen
Processing.
Colbert.
Processing.
That's a wrap, guys. This is episode of Panelist Comic Book and more. If you made it this far, congratulations. You officially have great taste. Don't forget to follow for more comic news, reviews, and creator interviews. And speaking of interviews, we'll be back next week, same time, to discuss Out of Alcatraz with Christopher Cantwell and Tyler Crook. You don't want to miss it. Let's go. That's it. Roll the tape.